Hello, sir or ma'am. I've just watched part of a video of one of Jimmy Swaggert's sermons in 1985 where he preached from Ephesians chapter 2. And this is the video I'm making a comment on. He preached a sermon in 1985 or 86. I'm not sure which it was. I don't even remember the name of the sermon, but all I remember of it is it's from Numbers, where Balaam is trying his best to curse Israel, and God will not let him. And he said that he heard A.N. Trotter, one of his mentors, I think it was A.L. or A.N. Trotter, I think it's A.N. Trotter, preach a sermon about this same passage, and he said God really touched him. He said he felt like he couldn't make it, but the Lord really touched him and changed him in a way that he was able to use him, for many years until, I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. But during that sermon, he shared, if I remember right, it was in the same sermon, he shared two stories. One was about a man that was seeking the baptism, and this is really what I want you to see if you can help me find. This man was seeking the baptism in the Holy Spirit, and I think I will just share this one story with you, at least in this one video. If you want me to, I'll share the other story in another video. But anyway, this man was seeking the baptism in the Holy Spirit, and he was in a church, not a church service, but I guess working at a church or something. But anyway, this gas heater exploded on him, and he had to go to the hospital, or he was put in a hospital bed or some kind of bed. I don't remember. I don't think Jimmy Swaggert even said what year it was, but probably in the early 1900s, and they had to just wrap him in bandages, practically all of his body. And he was laying in bed, and he wanted the baptism in the Holy Spirit so bad, and he was in danger of dying. He was in excruciating pain. And Jimmy Swaggart was preaching at that particular time on the verse where um, uh, Balaam says something about he has his eye on the prey or something like that. I forget exactly how it goes now. But he said this man had his eye. He said this man said, "Lord, I won't die till I receive the Holy Spirit." And he would cry, and he would cry so much that his tears would soak the bandages, and he would say, "God, I won't die till I receive the Holy Spirit." And Jimmy Swaggart got happy, and he said he had his eye on the prey, and he started laughing in the spirit a little bit. And he said all of a sudden God gave him a dream or a vision. And back then I was seeking the baptism, and I was as desperate for the Holy Spirit as that man was. This really ministered to me. That's why I've been hunting this song ever since, and I haven't been able to find it. Only one person has heard it, seems like, and they couldn't tell me very much about it. It sounded familiar. But he said the Lord gave this man a dream or a vision about heaven, and Jesus was standing, leading this choir with a golden baton, and they were all singing this song in tongues. And Jesus stopped the choir and he said, "Can I help you? I mean, what can I do for you?" or something like that. And the man loved to sing, and he said, "Lord, can I sing in your choir?" And the Lord said, "Sure." So he steps in the choir and he starts singing that song in other tongues, and he wakes up or whatever, and he finds himself singing that same song in other tongues, and he says, "Lord, give me the interpretation. I want to know what the words are." And he gets out of bed. It's hard for him to do because he's in so much pain, but he gets him a pen or a pencil or whatever he has to write with and something to write on. And he starts writing, and Jimmy Swaggart starts singing the chorus to this. "I'm so glad that Pentecost has come, and the power is falling, falling now on some. And His grace, His blessing, one and all have found, and is touching all the world around." And Jimmy Swaggart said we have the whole thing today. He said we have verses to it today. But I don't think he ever named the song. I don't remember if he named the man that wrote the song. And I cannot find it. Like I said, that story really encouraged me because I was that hungry for the Holy Spirit. There'd be times I'd be laying in my bed crying, wanting the Holy Spirit. I felt dry as I could be. So that really encouraged me. I have not been able to find that song. Do you have that anywhere on YouTube? and maybe we could figure out, maybe he said the name of the man that wrote the song or something. And do you think there's a way we could find it? Uh, well, if you could at least find Jimmy Swaggert, or tell me how I could find it, maybe I could post it to Jimmy Swaggert's site on Facebook, or maybe I could go there and talk my parents into taking me to Jimmy Swaggert's church now that his church ain't near about what it used to be, and maybe I could talk to him. My birthday's going to be on Sunday this year. Maybe I could talk to him, or warn him several months in advance and have him look that thing up and play it and sing the whole thing if there's verses to that song. I know he might have gotten mixed up, but if there is verses to that song, I want to hear every last one of them. Thank you if you can help me out at all. If you can't, I understand. That's fine. Thanks. God bless.